And, for me, retail differentiation as a brand has always been predicated on four things. I think that's what you're getting at, Anil. It's been about the brand itself and what that means, the assortment that's carried, the price of those products, and then the last element is convenience. And prior to 1995, convenience, to your point, was a physical thing. It was all about that. It was about the location of your stores and how easy they were to shop. And you're right, by default, that was the delivery mechanism. It was efficient for the retailers at that point in time and for the consumers. That was the optimal way to do everything. We then, as a result, as consumers, were always the last mile delivery drivers. We were actually the warehouse pickers too. If you think about it, we go into the store and we pick things off the shelf. That's what we were doing. Then digital came along and said, look, we can turn that on their head. And the physicality of convenience as a result has taken on new dimensions. And so now how we get products is 100% now a front of the funnel purchase criteria. That's a decision that we never thought of before. The best picture coming out of the pandemic is the Walmart app. Look at the Walmart app. It doesn't ask, it's not a traditional e-commerce experience. It doesn't ask you what products you want to buy. The first question it asks you is, how do you want to buy those products? That is super powerful in the context of what we're talking about. So now you double click into your question about, okay, will people get together to do these things? I think that is the really hard part of this equation. But if you think about it, the precedents are there. We're already using marketplaces, right? We already have Amazon. We already have Instacart shipped. People are going to those marketplaces to coordinate those deliveries for them. Why can't that same type of thing and mentality happen at a mall? There's a great company out of Canada called Adept Mind that's working specifically from the front end back to understand the answers to that question, where they're starting with experiments with Centennial Mall, where they're saying, look, let's build a mall marketplace. And we're going to prove out your question. We're going to prove it out by saying, will people shop through that type of interface? And then we'll go around, pick the orders, take the order, one consolidated point of sale system, and we'll see if the demand's there and can we operationalize this to the point where retailers, you don't really need to care. Like if the J. Crew item's coming with the Gap item, does the customer really care about that? Should you really care about that as a brand? Maybe, but until we run that experiment, I don't think we're going to know.